get hit. So I'm gonna say LeBron James. And you know what? Let the debate begin. And I don't give a rat's ass that they do. I just telling you who I would like. That's all.
I said that LeBron will. I find him to be the most talented player I've ever seen in NBA history. Got a problem with that statement by me?
Well, you sound like you're threatening me.
No, I'm not threatening you.
Karl Malone just put the GOAT debate back under a microscope, and his take on LeBron James is the kind of basketball talk that can instantly split a room. Malone, a two-time MVP and Hall of Famer, has never been shy about greatness. And when a legend with his resume weighs in on LeBron versus Michael Jordan, people are going to pay attention. This isn't some random account firing off a wild take for clicks. Malone is one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, so his opinion carries a different kind of weight. But here's where things get messy. Some dramatic versions of this story have circulated online as if Malone delivered one massive televised takedown of LeBron. Unless there's a verified clip or transcript proving those exact words, that part shouldn't be presented as fact. What is fair game is Malone's known basketball perspective and the arguments fans keep having about LeBron's GOAT case. And that's where this debate gets spicy. What does Malone actually value when judging the greatest player ever? Why do championships, loyalty, competition, and mentality keep coming up whenever LeBron and Jordan are compared? And why can one opinion from an NBA legend send both sides of this debate straight into battle mode? For more than a decade, basketball fans have heard the same argument from every direction. LeBron James belongs at or near the top of the all-time list. Some believe he's already passed Michael Jordan. Others think Jordan's 6 championships and 6 finals MVPs still make the gap impossible to close. Either way, the conversation has become so heated that questioning either side can get you labeled a hater before you've even finished your point. Turn on a sports show or scroll through basketball social media and you'll see it everywhere. LeBron is called the king, the GOAT, a once-in-a-generation player, and one of the most dominant athletes the sport has ever seen. LeBron has embraced that larger-than-life image, too. He was famously featured as the Chosen One on a Sports Illustrated cover as a teenager, and later had Chosen One tattooed across his back. Then came the decision in 2010 when he announced on live television that he was leaving Cleveland for Miami. Few modern athletes have had their career choices analyzed as intensely as LeBron. Every move, every finals appearance, every teammate, and every loss gets pulled apart. That's why Malone's perspective hits differently. Before getting into the argument itself, you have to understand the resume behind the man making it. Karl Malone isn't just another former player tossing opinions around. He's a 2-time NBA MVP, an 11-time All-NBA first-team selection, and a Hall of Famer. He retired with 36,928 regular season points, which made him the NBA's second leading scorer at the time. So, when Malone talks about what separates an all-time great from everybody else, fans are naturally going to listen, and Malone's broader views on greatness give this debate some serious heat.
I can feel it.
Oozing out of, you can feel it. You can feel it just oozing out. Yeah.
Who would you rather have as a teammate? Jordan or LeBron? Or LeBron?
You got a man, hold on. Do you have a man crush on Michael Jordan today? What's the deal here? I don't know. I'm just asking that question here. Hold on. Do Dan Patrick, my friend, my buddy, have a...
He's spoken highly of Michael Jordan and has made clear that he respects players who compete through difficult situations. That immediately touches one of the biggest arguments surrounding LeBron. How much should championships and team changes matter when ranking somebody all time? That's the setup. Ask former NBA stars whether LeBron is the GOAT and plenty will play it safe. You'll hear something like, he's in the conversation. Different eras are hard to compare, and to be fair, that's a reasonable answer. Jordan and LeBron played different styles, under different rules, against different competition. But safe answers don't stop basketball fans from going at each other. The real smoke starts when the resume gets brought out. LeBron has won 4 NBA championships in 10 finals appearances. Jordan went 6 for 6 in the finals and collected 6 finals MVP awards. Those numbers are real, but what they mean is where the fight begins. One side says Jordan's perfect finals record is the ultimate proof of dominance. The other points out that reaching 10 finals is itself an insane achievement, and that basketball isn't an individual sport. Still, for the Jordan crowd, that 6-0 record is hard to get past. Jordan reached the finals 6 times, won all 6 series, and never needed a Game 7 in the finals. That's a ridiculous run, and it's a huge reason many former players still put him at number one. Then comes the argument that always gets LeBron discussions extra heated. His team changes. LeBron left Cleveland in 2010 to join Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami, creating a loaded roster that immediately became the biggest story in basketball. He later returned to Cleveland, where the Cavaliers traded for Kevin Love to join LeBron and Kyrie Irving. Then in Los Angeles, Anthony Davis eventually arrived to form another championship-level pairing. Critics look at that path and say, LeBron's had to bounce from team to team just to win. That's the street-level version of the argument, and it hits hard with fans who believe the GOAT should build something and stick through the rough years. Supporters push back just as strongly, arguing that stars have changed teams throughout NBA history, and that LeBron still had to perform when the lights were brightest. Then there's 2011, the series LeBron critics will probably never stop bringing up. Miami entered the finals with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh, but Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks won the championship in 6 games. LeBron averaged 17.8 points in that series, well below his usual level, and his 8-point performance in Game 4 became one of the most criticized games of his career. That's the kind of moment Jordan supporters point to when they talk about mentality. They argue that when Jordan reached basketball's biggest stage, he consistently slammed the door shut. LeBron supporters answer that one bad finals shouldn't erase 2 decades of elite play, 4 championships, 4 finals MVPs, 4 regular season MVPs, and the NBA's all-time scoring record. And that's why this debate gets so wild. There's a difference between saying LeBron isn't the GOAT and pretending he isn't one of basketball's greatest players. Even critics have to deal with the mountain of accomplishments he's stacked up. The real question is what matters most: longevity, total production, and versatility, or championship perfection and peak dominance? Malone's perspective lands right in the middle of that fight. If your standard puts championships, competitive mentality, and Jordan's undefeated finals record at the top of the list, LeBron has a serious hill to climb. If longevity and sustained dominance matter more, LeBron's case becomes much stronger. That's the part that keeps this argument alive, and why one legend's opinion can still send NBA fans into absolute chaos. And this is where the story gets even messier. Once Malone's views enter the GOAT conversation, the argument spreads fast. Clips, quotes, reactions, and supposed interview moments can fly across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube before anybody checks where they actually came from. LeBron fans push back hard, Jordan fans pile in, and suddenly everybody is picking a side. But there's an important catch. Some of the explosive Karl Malone quotes being passed around online are difficult to verify as direct statements from a specific televised interview. So instead of putting words in Malone's mouth, the stronger argument is to focus on the facts behind the debate. And those numbers are already controversial enough. Start with LeBron's finals resume: 4 championships in 10 finals appearances. His supporters see 10 trips to the finals as proof of incredible consistency and longevity. His critics see 6 finals losses and ask how that compares with Michael Jordan's 6 championships in 6 finals appearances. Same numbers, completely different interpretation. And Jordan's resume is why this gets serious. 6 finals trips, 6 championships, 6 finals MVP awards. For fans who judge greatness mainly by championship success at a player's peak, that's the gold standard. LeBron's side fires back that reaching 10 finals, including 8 straight from 2011 through 2018, is an achievement that shouldn't somehow count against him. Then comes the eye test, and that's where basketball arguments really get loud. Jordan and Kobe Bryant built reputations around wanting huge late-game shots. They became symbols of that cold-blooded scoring mentality. Critics sometimes accuse LeBron of being too willing to pass in those situations, while his supporters argue that finding an open teammate is smart basketball, not fear. And then somebody says 2011 finals, and the temperature immediately jumps. Miami entered that season with LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Chris Bosh, creating massive expectations. But Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks beat the Heat in 6 games. LeBron averaged 17.8 points per game in that series, and his 8-point Game 4 remains one of the roughest playoff performances of his career. For LeBron's critics, that series is Exhibit A. They argue that somebody being called the greatest ever can't struggle like that on the biggest stage. His defenders have an obvious response. LeBron came back from that failure, won 4 championships, earned 4 finals MVPs, and produced several historic postseason performances afterward. That's why 2011 matters, but it doesn't automatically settle a 20-plus year career. Then we get to the team-switching argument, and this one has been following LeBron for years. He has played for Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland again, and Los Angeles. In Miami, he teamed with Wade and Bosh. Back in Cleveland, he played alongside Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. With the Lakers, he eventually teamed with Anthony Davis. Critics say that's different from Jordan spending his championship years building a dynasty in Chicago. They'll argue that a GOAT should elevate one organization instead of repeatedly changing situations. But saying Jordan made Scottie Pippen goes too far. Pippen became a Hall of Fame player in his own right, and Jordan also had elite coaching and strong championship rosters around him. That's what makes the debate way more interesting than a few viral one-liners. The numbers are real, but context matters. Jordan's 6-0 finals record is real. LeBron's 4-6 record is real. LeBron reaching 10 finals is also real. The disagreement is over how much weight each accomplishment deserves, and social media turns those differences into straight chaos. One side points at rings, the other points at longevity, total production, versatility, and LeBron becoming the NBA's all-time scoring leader. Then somebody fires back with Jordan's finals record, and we're right back in the trenches. Claims about LeBron supposedly going silent because Malone hit a nerve also need to be handled carefully. Unless LeBron directly addresses a specific Malone statement, his lack of response doesn't prove anything. Silence can mean disagreement, indifference, or simply that he doesn't consider every GOAT debate worth answering. The same goes for vague posts from other former players. A liked tweet or a comment about championship DNA isn't automatically a secret shot at LeBron unless the person actually says it is. Turning every vague remark into hidden beef might make juicy content, but it can also turn speculation into fake certainty. What this controversy really exposes is something much bigger: a serious generational divide. Older school fans often put enormous weight on championships, loyalty, physical toughness, and late-game scoring mentality. LeBron's generation puts more attention on longevity, efficiency, versatility, player movement, and sustained dominance. And those two ways of judging greatness keep crashing into each other. And that's where the generational divide gets real. Plenty of older fans who watched Michael Jordan dominate the 90s still see his peak, 6 championships and 6 finals MVPs, as the ultimate standard. Younger fans who grew up watching LeBron often point to a different case: insane longevity, all-time scoring numbers, versatility, and 10 trips to the finals. Two generations, two different definitions of greatness, and neither side is backing down. But that's exactly why Karl Malone's perspective gets people talking. His resume gives his basketball opinions weight. But the GOAT debate isn't settled by one former player's take. Some viral quotes attributed to Malone may also be difficult to verify, so the strongest case comes from comparing what we actually know: Jordan's championship dominance against LeBron's unprecedented longevity and production. The media can debate it, former players can debate it, and fans can go at it all day, but the numbers leave plenty of room for a serious fight. Jordan has the perfect 6-0 finals record. LeBron has 4 rings, 10 finals appearances, 4 MVPs, 4 finals MVPs, and the NBA's all-time scoring record. Which resume deserves the crown? That's where you come in. Drop your GOAT pick in the comments and tell us why. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with another basketball fan who needs to join the debate. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.